we have the next hero, the War Chief of Orgrimmar, or previous War Chief of Orgrimmar of the Horde, Garrosh Hellscream.
Wow, you're really into that lore thing.
Gotcha. Garrosh, first impressions, really strong. I don't know who else had a similar kit to him when they were released. Kerrigan. Everyone thought Kerrigan was crazy strong, but once you can get around to learn his abilities ranges, I think he's gonna fall off.
Garrosh just strikes me as like basically just Darius ported straight into HOTS. Like not directly, but like pretty much. Because it's all about like you're either right on top of him or you're far away from him, and those are the only two ranges where you want to be in relation to him. He has a pretty good EQ combo, which is weird because the combo that they want you to use is like QE or something.
You QE. Q brings them to you. E throws them. You throw them. So you want them really close to you so you can throw the E. So you have to QE. You don't EQ.
No, I'm just saying like E guarantees a Q follow up if you need like if you want to CC a target for a long time, or if you want to like proc certain talents. E is really nice because it's friggin' instant.
Yep, but it has no prioritization other than relative to Garrosh.
Yeah, like it's just like
that's kind of negative.
Stand in the right place.
Yep.
What I found really interesting about his throw your ally thing is that if you throw your ally to the exact same spot they were standing on, they don't get stunned, but they get the armor.
Interesting.
It's like what's a good example? Old Gragas ult. If you cast it on top of yourself, it just blew up. It didn't throw the barrel up and then have it fall down. It just blew up. And I think that's what like Garrosh's E did. I mean, his throw ally thing did. If you toss them right on top of them, like where they already were. Of course, it's not that useful because if you're giving someone armor, you'd probably want to reposition them into a safer place. But I thought it was interesting.
I don't see that getting any value, but it's certainly interesting to know.
You can also do it. Like, you can't do it to enemies though.
Yep.
Like if you toss them in the same spot, they go up. So like it's still a stun.
Yeah, his Q and E both proc mini stuns, so that does proc Guardian of Ancient Kings and similar effects to that. And one thing to note is that his armor from his trait is flat armor. It's not physical or spell armor, so it affects both. So the only thing that can penetrate armor in the game currently is percent HP. And that's really what you're going to want if you want to kill this guy. He is tanky. He is so hard to kill. And Greymane Bullet not being a finisher and being an engaged tool seems very counterintuitive versus Garrosh. You're just getting him low so he has high armor, but you can't kill him now that he has high armor.
I would do some calculations. I could do calculations with stuff like Greymane Bullet to see like what amount of HP Garrosh wants to be at outside of fights. He's I feel like Garrosh is really weird because he's somewhat anti-synergistic with the supports that are in meta right now. It's been like that for a while. Like a lot of Blizzard's releases have just been somewhat anti-synergistic with the current meta. I mean, like they don't really control it because they designed the hero like 6 months before. But it's just weird to like think about. Garrosh is about as tanky as Sonya based off just raw HP, but the armor makes him about as tanky as I think Diablo. Yep. But he also has Stitch's heal.
Yep. And his ultimate level 20 is pretty insane. The level 10, it's not as impactful. And I think it's not as impactful just because of the cooldown. 50 seconds at 10. I mean, yeah, it's an AoE silence for a short duration, but it's just like taunt just came up so many times in a fight. Where versus double support, you're gonna always get value versus that. You blow cleanse the first time, you kill them the second time. They can't escape. And I think that could be a problem.
50 seconds is a weird number, though. It's like it happened like it's enough to happen twice in a long fight, but for the most part, you're only getting it once regardless. Like in a big team fight, regardless. It's good
Before
for
you
picks
get
though.
your level 20.
Yeah, it's good for picks though. Like it's definitely like it's a really good ult for picks because if you
This
use it
whole
for
kit
pick,
is good for picks.
yeah, because if you use like even if you use your ult for picks, you still have it up for the next team fight.
Yep. And the level 20 that I'm talking about, whenever a hero dies under the duration of your AoE silence that taunts them, it reduces cooldown by 45 seconds, leaving your ultimate on a 5-second cooldown, and that is just insane.
I feel like if you're getting kills with Garrosh, like in a fight, you're winning anyways. Like if you just taunted them and if you got a big enough taunt and you started killing, I guess this is good for one man taunts. But for the most part, I feel like if you're getting that kill, you're snowballing the rest of the fight anyways, and you don't really need it.
Yeah, but maybe this taunt is what you need to stay on them and not allow them to escape, or maybe you're playing into double support and then you just need the constant CC or something like that. So I definitely think it's
really it's good. I'm just not sure how much value it's going to get in the average game.
But definitely beware of him. He's almost impossible to kill if he's playing competently and you don't have percent HP. But the two heroes that do really well against him are Leoric and Malthael.
I feel like Burst also does well, but like Burst isn't really that good right now.
Burst
I think
isn't that prevalent. Like if you
I think primarily just because of Uther and Ariel.
Ariel and Uther. Yeah, there's no reason for that.
Also, like in terms of talents, at level 7, don't pick spell power. You're never going to auto attack a mage unless they're picking like Alarak or something. The other 3 are situational. If you're getting a defensive talent, I think the heal is the best. I'm not sure if getting 75% armor at like 25% HP is actually good. But like the heal is consistent, like, and it's not missing HP reliant. So I think that's the best one. Otherwise, like, get the stun.
And then Hanamura's been removed from all game modes, so we won't get to see Hanamura in HGC or anywhere like that. They're reworking it again because of all the outcry about it. So we'll have to see what happens with Hanamura. The change that they did previously didn't change what people wanted. It did let it go to late game more often, but it still wasn't enough to make the map likable for most people.
I think Hanamura was a good concept, just badly executed, like really badly executed.
I think that Hanamura is a great concept, but Hanamura comes from Overwatch, and in Heroes of the Storm, we want mercenaries that can push a lane while we go do this objective. And
because we don't have that, we just end up having people just be the mercenary, basically.
We want to be able to like push a lane down or use globals more consistently. We don't want to fight 4v4 or 5v5 the entire game, and that's all we're doing.
Yeah, there's not enough. There's a lot of downtime on the map, which results just like constant sieges.
And it's
like either there's not enough downtime or there's too much downtime on Hanamura. There's very rarely any in between.
I would say there's almost always too much downtime, and hopefully Blizzard will change some of the stuff. They did address the late game part by adding another HP, but you really will have to see what concepts of Hanamura that they're going to change more directly. I
have a feeling that they like the strength of Bribe on it, but I think they're going to change how they use it.
I think that
having a map
it suddenly made Bribe the most valuable talent in the world. All of a sudden, it went from, do you even need to draft a hero on Bribe on any map, to every single game, I'm going to pick Nova now, and my teammates aren't going to think I'm troll because I'm picking Nova because of her Bribe.
DK changes. Auto attacks deal double damage to minions, irrelevant. Base health increase, that's good, but I mean, if you're playing smart, the DK dies. The DK times out more often in like high level play, I think.
The DK does time out more often, but I mean, I see no problem getting more HP, more duration. Yeah. I don't have any problem with that at all. And
I think the best thing,
Q as well.
The Q is the biggest thing, I think. The damage over time happens at half the time. It's actually usable against heroes now. The increase, like, initial damage, like, it's a lot more noticeable, and it's a lot better at sieging. Because, like, when you're sieging, you just, like, poke with Q, basically, with him.
And they buffed W a little bit, and they gave it some more damage, even though I don't think it needs damage, but okay.
It's actually, it's noticeable damage now. It's noticeable damage now. Like, you're not going to kill anyone with it still, because no one's going to be stupid enough. Not being locked out of abilities for that much more time is nice. Like, as soon as you kick someone, you can immediately start moving. That's good. Even if it was already in the patch that you just didn't like see in the notes.
Next thing is Ragnaros.
What is this, like, damage on hit? Damage per tick?
Damage per tick. Yep, that's damage per tick.
That's pretty big.
Because
like, it hits so many times.
Really, really trying to push E-build right now with Ragnaros. And it's just not meta. Like, it just doesn't fit in the meta, I think. It doesn't... Well, Ragnaros doesn't fit in the meta right now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to try and bring it back, but I mean, you'll still see it in Hero League, but I don't think you'll see it anywhere where they're actually drafting full-on competitive drafting style. It's not what's good right now. It's not what we're good against or what it's good with.
Ragnaros is so irrelevant that these patch change, like this patch hasn't even made it onto the wiki. Like,
it's Butcher?
He's even more so a solo queue hero now, because you're not going to get anyone getting stacks like from heroes in competitive.
Yes, I think this was a full-on solo queue, and it made Abattoir baseline. It takes more meat to finish the quest, but you get more meat from heroes. Overall, just really solo queue isn't going to change him too much, and it's not making him super viable, and I'll expect to see him in Hero League a little bit, but really,
I mean, he's always been somewhat dominant in Hero League because, like, people aren't communicating and people are bad. And
but
he prays on that.
Meta.
I mean,
try and kill someone who's
not everyone's in GM.
I'm just saying, it's really hard to not pick Guardian Kings and, like, press a button to heal.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Probius, that, like, quality of life, whatever. Ariel,
Probius,
whatever.
I don't know if he's a hero anymore. The UI change for Ariel is actually kind of nice. I think it will really help lower elos. Just, like, be more aware of, like, oh, I'm actually full. Or for level 16, it really helps when you're trying to stack up the quest more. Diva her
not
W
relevant.
Is now, like, the size of, like, Jupiter. So if you're on Infernal Shrines and you press W, it's
yeah, but it's Diva. You're picking Diva.
Diva.
She's
Diva,
not
pro Diva.
Like it's not dive meta. Diva isn't relevant.
Diva.
Sonya, quality of life, whatever.
Quality of life. This is pretty big. This is really big for a lot of Sonya players because you can press E and hold E for half a second and it will cancel. That's really unfortunate, especially when you don't want to cancel it. So I think.
What about the times where you want to chase down someone and you just need that move speed, so you double tap E so you can get in range for slam.
Your E gives you move speed the entire time.
I mean you want to double tap it so you can cancel it immediately, so you're in range for slam before the enemy gets their movement spells up again. Like, it's a really
half a second. I don't think it'll make that big.
I swear we will see a game where it's like Sonya spins for half a second longer than she needs to. Someone gets her dash up and she loses out on a kill. We'll see that sometime. We'll see, it'll be a long time in the future, but we'll see that eventually.
There was something else that was pretty big. They changed the UI to show armor and what else? What was the other big UI? It also now shows enemy quests more accurately, and quests that stack infinitely. It does show you how many they have now for allies and enemies. So I think the UI update that they did this patch was super helpful.
I think something, I'm not sure if it was in this patch, but like being able to like see the cooldown on your abilities if you tap it while it's on cooldown, it's near your mouse. It's really nice.
Yep, they added that.
The Stukov thing, apparently it was a bug. I don't know.
And Kerosene 7-sided will no longer strike Diva's mech. So that's super PogG. But
Next strike can now probably be self-cast. What did it do before? Take him to another universe?
It moved him over instead of so it's an X. So instead of keeping him in the middle, it moved him to where the
you don't want to self-cast it anyways. You want to know. You want to like.
Well, you don't want to pick X strike either. So
yeah.
I mean, give and take. You don't need another escape.
I think Samuro selecting mirror images via control groups will no longer cancel their active movement commands. I think this is going to be good. I'm not sure if like it'll help. It'll help in using him better.
Yeah, but no one really plays Samuro. That looks to be it actually.
TLDR, Garrosh is strong. Pick the right talent.
Expect him everywhere. But he does have weaknesses. And
that aren't very prevalent right now. Yeah,
Malphite was kind of prevalent. Leoric, no. Not so much.
I'm not sure if we'll see a meta shift with him coming out.
I think we will. I think we will 100%. I can say that recently in scrims that I've seen Garrosh, Jaina, Uther, Kerrigan on one team. And they got the level 20 that flips 2 people, and then they just flip 2 people, comboed them and won. And that's what they did all game. That's literally their entire strategy, and I think you see a lot of comps like that.
But isn't that like just a ghetto version of ETC KT?
No, because you're literally moving them across the map. Like
ETC KT Kerrigan, like that's a comp that's been popular like a lot.
Yeah, but you're
really old comp.
So
basically the same thing.
Strength of that is that Garrosh is displacing them
instead of
so much so that the healer can't. There's no way a healer is in range to heal or Aegis or D-shield or do anything because
they deal with ETC
Q'd you and then E'd you over his team.
I mean, KT, ETC, like, it doesn't matter if you have, like, a cooldown for someone, because you don't have cooldowns for 2 people. And if the support's in range, then if they have cleanse, then they just stop you from being pulled in the first place. I mean...
Yeah, but cleanse is dying out. Cleanse is on very few healers, and most of the healers that are prevalent right now aren't cleanse. So, I expect him to flourish in that guard. That cleanse... There's no real stopping power with that right now. I think there's one support with cleanse? Two supports with cleanse, and those are Brightwing and Rhaegar, and that's it. I don't know how often you're seeing Brightwing Rhaegar in your games, but I think you can still...
Rhaegar's an all-around, right? I don't know. Well, we'll see. We
shall see. Okay, well, that seems to be it. Tune in next time. Okay, that's it. Kill it. And keep yourself safe.